Here's what just happened and why it's already setting off alarms across Minnesota. President Donald Trump has officially unleashed ICE strike teams targeting Somali immigrants in the Minneapolis-St. Paul region, less than a week after the deadly National Guard shooting in Washington, D.C. Sources told the New York Times that around 100 federal officers have been deployed nationwide as part of a new enforcement surge, with Minnesota now in the crosshairs. This escalation came immediately after Trump publicly clashed with Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and accused the Somali community of taking over the state. Trump also attacked Walz personally, using a slur and blaming his administration for a series of massive welfare fraud cases that rocked Minnesota over the past few years. Federal prosecutors say more than $1 billion in public funds were stolen through fraudulent programs, cases that heavily involved individuals with Somali communities, including the high-profile Feeding Our Future scandal. So far, 86 have been charged and 59 have been convicted. Now, the White House is using these cases as justification for an aggressive new crackdown. Homeland Security officials won't comment on operational specifics, but documents obtained by the Times confirm ICE is preparing an intensive sweep targeting Somali nationals who are in the U.S. illegally. DHS insists the operations are not based on ethnicity but solely on immigration status, though critics argue the timing and rhetoric tell a different story. Trump has already vowed to revoke temporary protected status for roughly 700 Somali nationals, a move that would make them immediately deportable. And during a cabinet meeting Tuesday, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem echoed Trump's attacks, saying half of Minnesota's visas are fraudulent, and calling Governor Walz both an idiot and someone who may have allowed fraud on purpose. Meanwhile, Walz says the fraud happened because his administration tried to get pandemic aid out so quickly, and that criminals exploited the system, not because the state ignored it. To critics, the latest move looks like a political retaliation and a sweeping crackdown aimed at an entire community. To the administration, it's a necessary response to fraud, crime, and national security concerns. Either way, Minnesota just became the center of Trump's next immigration battleground.